Hey everybody, welcome to a new week of programming. So we have basically our 9-week summer ahead of us, maybe 8 weeks. I can't remember. It's 8 or 9 weeks. But a lot of you did awesome in Hero Month. We had a lot of people come in and complete a lot of the workouts. Some people completed all of them. Some were just 1 or 2 workouts shy. I'm just super proud of everybody. I know this year we had some challenging workouts, some old workouts that pushed us, and then some new workouts that took us out of our comfort zone with some new movements, perhaps like this past Saturday for our last one. But y'all just did an amazing job. I'm going to post something in the newsletter about everybody's committed club and all that. And I think we're going to have a lot more in the committed club, which is unusual for this time of year for everybody to be a part of that. So I'm just super grateful, humbled by all of y'all's effort put in this month, because I know we all have our family lives, our jobs, and everything else that kind of pulls us away from the gym a lot of the time. And a lot of you put a lot of effort into it to make it happen and to challenge yourselves. And I'm just super grateful and humbled to be a part of your journey during all of this. But getting started, we're going to have our new 9-week summer program. What we're going to do, we're going to focus on 3 lifts, well, basically 4 lifts, kind of. 4 lifts. We're going to do the deadlift, the bench press, the strict press, and the front squat. That is going to be our main focus heading into this summer. We're going to get really strong. But first, we got to get we got to recover a little bit, build a foundation first before we start gaining weight on those lifts. So here in the beginning, there should be no new maxes. None. No new maxes. We're going to work about working off percentages. We're going to be adding a little bit of weight each week. And we're going to be doing tempo work. So that's going to eliminate a lot of you really strong folks intensity with the loading on that. We're going to keep a 3-1-1-1 tempo for a majority of this work. So it's a 3-second eccentric loading going down. So for the deadlift, it's picking it up fast, 3 seconds down, 1 second pause at the bottom. So the weight should be resting on the ground. 1 second up really fast, 1 second pause at the top, and then back down. Same thing goes for front squat, same thing goes for bench press, same thing goes for strict press. For the bench press and strict press, 3 seconds down, all the way to the shoulders or chest. Fast up, 1 second pause at the top, and then 3 seconds down. That's where all of this is going to work. We're going to start at 70%. If you don't know what that is, that's cool. We got 9 weeks. You're going to be adding 5 to 10 pounds each week. So find something that's moderately heavy, something that you should not fail on any of these reps. It should be challenging, maybe the last rep going in. And so that's enough about the strength work. You'll see it all played out here soon. Maybe some of you want to use your training maxes. So say we did our last deadlift and you got 405 or 400 or 300. Then we would use 90% of that to find your 70%. So that would be 360 for the guys hitting 400 and 270 for the ladies hitting that. And then you take 70% of that. That should be a good starting weight for this whole summer progression. Starting off Monday with deadlift, 5 reps every 2 minutes on the minute for 8 minutes, 70%, keeping a 3-1-1-1 tempo. Then we're going to keep some of the movements, we're going to stick with some Metcons. I know last summer we did a lot of bodybuilding, functional bodybuilding, stuff like that. We're going to do some of that in accessory work. We're going to flip-flop. Some weeks we'll do it a whole class. Some weeks we'll be doing some Metcons. We're going to keep you on your toes with that. This week we're going to be doing some conditioning pieces in between. AMRAP 12 minutes, keeping it simple, 10 kettlebell swings, 10 box jumps with a step down, 10 toes to bar. Then we got 53, 35, 24, 20. Simple, easy movements that we all know and love that can build, and we get a really good response out of when we put them all together. Great workout to complement the deadlifts. Then we got some accessory work off of that, and I have those accessories in Wodify with videos. So all in all, this is 8 minutes, 12 minutes, that's 20 minutes of work plus warming up. We're looking at 35 to 40 total minutes of the class. And then we got about 10 to 15 minutes to do your accessory work on that. Tuesday, bench press, everybody's favorite. 5 reps once again, every 2 minutes on the minute for 8 minutes at 70%, keeping a 3-1-1-1 tempo. And then we're going to do 5 rounds for time, 500-meter row, 15 burpees. So this is really good endurance type piece. And it's just keeping a nice steady pace. Can't come out too hot, can't come out too slow when we're doing these. Now we got some ways people can scale those to kind of keep the time frame the same. Probably looking at like maybe for the top folks, 2.5 minutes a round, looking at 12.5 minutes to maybe 18 minutes, depending on how you scale that. Looking for accessory work on that. Wednesday, this is going to be a fun interval style training. We got 20 seconds max efforts with 1 minute rest to follow. And we're going to do that for 8 sets. So this right here is going to be 4 minutes a round, times that by 8. You're looking at 32 total minutes. 20-second bike max calories, rest 1 minute. 20-second max power cleans at 80%, rest 1 minute. 20-second max ring muscle ups, or we're going to do strict chin ups only, but really trying to keep that hollow rock position, 1 minute rest on that. And so that's going to be 3 minutes of work, or 1 minute of work, 3 minutes of rest per round. But these are very, challenging movements that elicit a big response in the body. All of it's kind of whole body. The bike, we got our legs and our arms pumping, our heart is really pumping that blood. Power cleans, full body exercise at a moderate load to heavy load, and then the ring muscle ups, another whole body exercise that's mainly upper body focused. So we start on the bike, that's lower body focused with a little bit of arms, whole body exercise with power cleans, and then an upper body exercise, but you still got to use your core and your legs to really utilize and max out your reps for that 20 seconds, 1 minute rest. Goal right here is obviously try to stay consistent across the board. Thursday, front squat. Every 2 minutes on the minute for 8 minutes, 70%, 3-1-1-1 tempo. This is going to be a really tough day. This is leg day. Follow that by 4 rounds of 50 alternating lunges. They can be forward lunges or reverse lunges. No weight, just forward lunges. And follow that up with 15 shoulder to overheads. 115, 75 pounds. And then we have some lower body accessory work for all of you that want to get your buns to match your guns this summer. Friday, pure aerobic work. I'm going to put a feeler out on Facebook. So right now, Rogue has got a Miko's Challenge. It's a 40-minute EMOM, max calorie, echo bike, max calorie row, max calorie ski erg. Then you get 1 minute of rest, 40 minutes in your goal. Well, they're going to have like different levels that set you up. I think this would be a really fun challenge that we could all do this year. And I'm going to put a feeler out, see if y'all want to train for that for this summer. And then at the end of the summer, we'll go in and we'll test it out and see where we all play out on that. But that's been it's been kind of like a staple since 2012 or 13, whenever the ski erg came out. I know Miko has been doing that, but a lot of us in those games back then era that we've been doing that session for, all the time over the past decade of training. And it's just a fun rotation, good way to challenge yourself and see where it is. So you go from that bike to that whole body. You got basically a lower body push, whole body pull, and then another push-pull exercise with the ski erg. And then it's just seeing how well our fitness stays up. Then Saturday, we got a long interval piece. I tested this one out already. Really enjoyed it, really liked it. Every 6 minutes on the minute for 36 minutes, you're going to do a 600-meter run, 6 power snatches, 135-95, 12 wall balls, 6 strict pull-ups, 12 bar-facing burpees. Now that's the competitors. The RX in fitness, you're going to scale down some of the reps, maybe scale down some of the movements to whatever fits you. But we're looking probably about 4.5 to 5 minutes each round. So you're going to have about 1 minute to 90 seconds of rest. Maybe some of you go super fast and you get 2 minutes of rest. But that way you can just find that steady pace and get a repeatable effort each time. If you can't make the rounds, you've either A, gone out way too hot, B, chose the wrong rep scheme, that you can't just with your current fitness level, you can't match up. So that's going to be like two of the things that you need to know yourself, know where your fitness is. Because for this work right here, we always get caught up in like, oh, I need heavier weights, I need to push myself more. And you start to fail and you can't make those intervals. You're not getting what the workout intended. The workout should be repeatable efforts. If you can't repeat the effort, and then you're getting way into the red zone, you're getting either muscular failure, or you're getting, or just getting out of your range in your aerobic capacity to be able to handle this kind of load. And if you can't handle that, yeah, you're putting a lot of stress on there, but eventually it becomes detrimental to you because you're missing out on all the work that can be done. So when you're doing this, really think about where you are in your fitness, know where you're at, and try to find something that you know you can sustain over 36 minutes when you're doing that workout. So that's this week. Remember, this whole summer we got some new stuff planned out too. So I know a lot of you have been getting into running. I'm starting a 9-week progression on a running program for Bound Endurance. It's based on a 4-year 5K. So you have 2 days a week of running. One's going to be short interval training day, and one's going to be lactate threshold, or just pure aerobic work on the other days. And that's going to be Tuesday and Friday. Mondays we're going to do rowing. Monday we're going to do a 9-week progression on your 2,000 meter row to get better at that. It's just going to be 1 day a week. We're going to steadily build up on those. And then Wednesday, we're going to do the Miko's Triangle, if you want to think about that, 9-week progression on that. And then Thursdays, what do we got? We got some bike intervals. And I think I'm going to do a 30-minute max cal test progression this week. And if you do all of those, they're all going to build on one another. Your running is going to help your rowing. Your rowing is going to help your Miko Triangle time, the challenge time. And the bike is going to help build just your pure aerobic capacity, 30 minutes max calories. If you can get that up, all of those things will build on each other to make you a fitter person and more prepared for doing like Metcons, just regular aerobic work, or whatever you want to do in your day-to-day life. So that's what we got going on. Our last week of Bound Build is this week. Then we're going to start a new progression on that. Probably do an 8-week Bound Build to match up with everything else that we're doing, so we're all in on the end of summer. Got a lot of things going on in the gym this week too. Got mini movers. The CrossFit Kids class starting up on Wednesdays and Thursdays at 9 a.m. And I got a little net set up in the back to help contain those kids. Sarah's going to be there to take care of that. If you haven't signed up for it, need to get signed up for it. Sarah's going to send you out emails and stuff, getting ready, introducing herself. And we're just really excited about everything that's going on in the gym. We got Barbell Club starting up Tuesday night with Nicole. It's going to be in the back corner from 6:30 to 7:30. And remember, those days you're going to be doing snatch one day, clean and jerk the next day. That way we can really focus in on technique and really improve your skill and your strength in those movements. So y'all have a great week. Any questions, hit me up, and either text, email, phone call, in class, ask the coach, they'll come get me. But we're here to serve you. Y'all, hope y'all have a great summer, start of the summer, and see names on the leaderboard.